Hello everyone, it's Ange de Lumière here coming for my second video of the series on how to manifest your big dreams. This is video 2 and we're going to talk about why we're afraid to share our dreams, why we should and why we shouldn't, and how to manage that. So for those of you who don't know me yet, I call myself a spiritual lawyer, but I'm an intuitive business strategist. I have a podcast called High Vibe Monday that helps people who come on a Monday and feel bruise, whether it's because they're in a job they don't love and they want to do something different, or whether they have a business that has they started to feel happier, feel more fulfilled, and that's ended up being a burden for some reason. I work with female entrepreneurs who have huge dreams, and I love to help them clear the decks, get clarity on their vision, and inspire them to follow their dreams. So this series has been created because I am doing a Manifest Your Big Dream Masterclass on the 20th of January. I run this masterclass in December twice, and we had some pretty amazing results. And I want to inspire people to get their dreams out of the closet and play with them. Sorry, I need a little sip of water. So I'm waiting to see if people are going to join live. If you do, feel free to post some comments under this video or any questions that you might have. And if you don't, I'll just get on with my script, the ideas that I have. It's going to be short and sweet, though. I don't want these videos to be too long. So the baseline is we're afraid that we're afraid to share our dreams. And why is that? I'm pretty sure that every single one of us have shared our dream at some point with someone who told us it would never happen. Whether it was as a child or maybe as an adult, it's happened to all of us. And of course now we're afraid to share our dreams because we're afraid that people won't understand it. We're afraid to be ridiculed. We're afraid to sound silly. We're afraid that our dream is never going to happen, that someone's going to tell us it's completely unrealistic. But think about all the people who've had crazy dreams, like the guy who invented the first home computer, or the first disabled person who said they were going to be part of the Olympics, you name it. There's so many people out there who have dreamt impossible things, and they were only impossible because no one had done them before. I want you to ponder on that for a little bit because it's such an important thought, yeah? So we have these fears around our dreams. The bigger the dream, the bigger the fears. That's what I'm saying. So we tend to keep our dreams a bit too small. Our vision, I call them a vision, and I'll explain to you a little bit why. I have been called a dreamer my entire life, okay? Even as a kid and everything. Until one day I went to see a clairvoyant, and clairvoyants have really, really helped me on my path, which is why I suppose I ended up being one myself. I went to see this lady, and I didn't talk to her about this in particular, but when she started the reading, she exclaimed very quickly into the reading when she tuned into my energy. She said, "Oh my God, what I see is amazing. You have been called a dreamer so many times by so many people, but actually you are a visionary, and it's a very different thing. Being a visionary, it means that your dreams are meant to come to reality." And that completely shifted things for me. We tend to be called dreamers when we look or see things in people, for example, that other people can't see, or when we see something happening on the earth that doesn't make sense because it's so the opposite of what we see. So we have these fears that come up when we share those dreams because we have been squashed down. Because let's be honest, a lot of people have squashed their dreams to do the responsible thing. And I'm going to share another anecdote from my life about this. When it was time to choose a career for myself, I chose the responsible thing. So I let go of all my dreams and aspirations. My biggest dream was to be an astronomer because I love the sky, I love the stars, I love the universe. I was doing astronomy as a hobby. I was even an astronomy what do you call it? Like, I did youth camps for astronomy back in France. So we would take the kids and teach them astronomy. I did astronomy photography, all that sort of thing. I was really into it. And it was just like the things that made me the happiest. But my parents, and I'm not blaming, I'm not into the blame and victim game. But when I looked into the reality of it, this is another thing, I realized that it was 10 years studies, and after that you were not sure to get a job. So I thought, okay, I need to do something more practical. So even this, I've been encouraged to be practical and to not look at my big dreams, my big crazy visions. Now, don't worry about the astronomer in me. She's now very happy to work with the universe, just in a different way than I thought I would as a child. So we have these fears about the dreams not coming true, but also I have been doing some sort of inquiry around why people don't share their dreams, or if they do at all, with whom and how and in what kind of context. Everybody's different. But there's a superstition that you need to keep your dream secret so that, it keeps its energy. Like if you share it, then it's depleted. And I want to say, nothing is further from the truth. When we start talking about our dream, we start to build the energy around it. So I'm going to talk about my dream to give you an example. I have always had the dream, well, actually not always, that's not true, because I never thought I would be a writer. But after I wrote my first book, I started to have this dream of being a New York bestseller author. And it was completely crazy in a way, because first, I write in English and it's not my native tongue. I'm French. Second, I've never been good at writing in school. I was probably the worst possible candidate for writing a book. I had a fail in French literature in school. I had to work super hard to get to the level where I would pass, because it was a compulsory subject, not compulsive. That is funny. And what happened is I just had this desire to share a story. I had a story in me that had to come out. It was I couldn't stop it. It was compulsive. And then I thought, this story can really, really inspire other people. I would love for it to be a New York bestseller. So this is my big dream, and I'm still working at it. And I've had an agent, and then I lost my agent, and I've written more books since, and I don't know which one's going to be a bestseller, but I know I will at some point. I'm sharing it openly, but not with everyone. Now, this is crazy. I feel more comfortable sharing it on this Facebook Live than I'm comfortable talking about it to my husband. So I just want to say how these things can be quite complex and almost fun. But this is the wisdom in it. It's important to share it with the right people, okay? Because the right people will get it and they will support you. So who are these right people to support you? Well, I had a little bit of a think this morning, and I came to the conclusion that the right people to help you manifest your dreams and make them reality are the people who are living their own dreams, okay? They're the people who have stepped out of their comfort zones. They're the people who have taken that leap of faith, that big leap into the unknown. And having done this myself on many occasions on different fronts, like when I left my husband and decided to move to the UK with my younger two kids, it was damn scary, and I'm so glad I had the right support from a particular lady. And once I did it, it was exhilarating. The freedom, it was exactly what I needed to do. But if I had followed the practical thing to do, I would have stayed with my husband because he had money and I had a good job, and I had the support of my family back there, the grandparents and everything, and I left all that behind. What I want you to know is that if you take your dream out of the closet where you've put it there so that it's safe, so that you nobody bursts that dream, so that nobody criticizes it or anything, but it's kind of stifled in there. It needs energy. It needs to be able to breathe. Everything is energy, and your dream is an energy as well. So a dream in a closet cannot manifest. Now, speaking about your dream and sharing it increases the likelihood of it happening, as long as it's with the right audience. So I shared yesterday and today again about my wanting to be a New York bestseller author. I know I can share it with some people, but not with some others, and I'm okay about it. I'm no longer forcing the way. And I'm going to share another anecdote, because when I trained in Reiki, back when I was a corporate lawyer, I was so excited about Reiki. I wanted to do Reiki on everyone. I wanted everyone to know about it. I thought it was so amazing. But I came very quickly against a brick wall of people who weren't remotely interested in it. And my biggest learning curve was to becoming discerning with whom I was going to share my dream. That was such an amazing journey in a way. It was painful to start with, but actually there was so much gold in it from it. And this is probably why I am so excited and so passionate about helping people create a safe space where they can share their dreams with me. They can share their big vision. They can share it in the knowledge that it's going to be honored, it's going to be supported, it's going to be seen, it's going to be affirmed, and magnified by my own energy and the energy of my guides and the universe and everything that floats around me. So what I want to say in a way, because I'm doing this video series to inspire you about my free masterclass, or maybe even to work with me as a VIP, is that I consider myself a dream incubator, a dream, you know, like, what do you call them? They're like greenhouses that help your dream come out of the soil, that the seed will start to blossom, and at the right pace, exactly what's right for you. I want to support your wildest vision. You know, when I did my masterclass back in December, one lady literally saw herself becoming the coach of Dennis Duffield Thomas, you know, the millionaire who is a money coach. Another one saw herself being a guest speaker at one of Richard Branson's retreat in Conner Island. So, you know, and no one laughed, and everybody was so supportive. And this is what, it's like a mini circle where we can support each other in our vision and allow it to come out of the closet. And for some people, it's to allow it to clarify. So I want to encourage you to come and sign up for my free masterclass. It's on the 20th of January at 9 o'clock UK time. There are limited spots and already 3 have gone. So I encourage you to use the link that I'm going to post above this video when I'm finished with it to sign up for it. I work exclusively with female entrepreneurs or women who aspire to be female entrepreneurs. So if your big dream is actually a business idea and you're still in a job and you want to come and incubate your dream, please come and have some fun with me on Monday the 20th. Thank you for watching. If you think of anyone who would love to watch or benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. And I will see you again next Tuesday for my 3rd video on this series. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about, but I will know on the day. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and to your big dream. Bye for now.